Now the song is about heaven, all right? The song is about heaven, all right? Houston, I said the song is about heaven. I said the song is about heaven. Oh yeah. If it's about heaven, I want you to clap with me. Oh yeah. Come on.
Hey guys, it's your girl D Will, and you tuning in to Ghetto Christians Need Love Too. And this is just my interpretation of how I interpret the Bible. So do not come in these comments saying anything negative. I'm not a preacher, I'm not a pastor. This is just how I interpret the Bible, okay? And I feel like we need that in this generation because sometimes myself, I don't understand the Bible either. So I go to church and try to figure it out, and I have to come home and get it in my own words. But with me, I'm a little ghetto with it, so I had to grab my wine. You can do the same, and my rich crackers, baby, and let's get this going. And tonight, I just wanted to talk about Genesis, Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve. Let me just pause right there, because when I was young and really didn't understand the Bible, when I tell you Eve had to come to the front of the church. Like I knew, like girl, I wanted my one with you. Cause of why? Why did you set us up like that? And then I had to learn the Bible for myself. So peep this. Cause if you look in Genesis 1:26-31, they say that God created heaven and earth, all the beautiful flowers, plants, animals, all that in 6 days. In 6 days. Let's just pause on God because baby, you was the biggest OG. And in my head, God is always big OG. I feel like he walk around, if he was like in this generation, he'll be OG. Like that's OG. Like you get mad respect from me. Like you made heaven and earth. You was just like boom, boom, boom. This is what it's gonna be. Not only that, you made man. And this is why I was like, God is an OG. Because you a gardener, a farmer, a preacher, a creator, and you a doctor. Because they said he made Adam go to sleep. Baby gave him some good anesthesia. I don't know what he had back then, but he gave him something so good that knocked him out. And he was able to make a woman catch it, a woman from his rib. Like what? Like what type of medicine did he have? Well, he didn't feel it. Even when he came up from the sleep, he still didn't feel it. He was like, yeah, that's it. That's my wife. Bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. That's her. And let's just get to it. Eve had to be a bad mamma jamma. When I tell you, once she was the first woman to walk this earth. Not only that, God created her. Like in my head, she had to be like body, 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 T, 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 locks, boho locks. I just feel like in my head, this how she looked like. She had both low high locks all the way down. And Adam was just a little suave himself. So I was like, oh, don't have to be some top tier people. So I'm like, okay, you made her. Boom. God put them in the garden. Cause God really, he made, to me, I feel like he made Adam because he needed help. Like you done made all these 6 acre and a mule, baby. You needed help. You needed help. So he was like, I'm gonna make Adam, baby. You finna walk the earth just like me. We finna go head to toe. So he had to get some help. But when he saw, check it, he saw Adam wasn't good by himself, so he had to give him a little warning. So, fast forward, he put them in the garden and he was like, y'all do what y'all do. That's how you knew they was married. Not only that, I'm like, Dad, Adam and Eve was like a newness. I think that's how you say it. Because they was walking around naked. Titty, titty, I don't know if I can say it, but boobs all out, booty all out, lang, lang, langing. Like they was walking around naked with no shame. With no shame, y'all. Then you fast forward to chapter 2, right? Boom. This is where it gets tricky. You fast forward to chapter 2. And God had already told them, you don't eat from this tree. He was very specific when he told Adam, you don't eat from this tree. Like you just don't. And in my head, he was like, hey bro, don't eat from this tree, you gonna die. Like you I'm telling you what's up front. Don't disappoint me, bro. Like that's how I feel like he said it. Boom, they get in the garden. Here's when the servant, the devil, and I think he had to be a little charmer. And this is why I feel like lush and temptation, all that creeped in on my girl Eve, and she didn't understand it for real, and she really didn't get the full like communication of don't eat from the tree. She was just told like we can't eat from this tree. The tree in the middle, you can't eat from it. God, big OG, told Adam, Negro, you can't eat from the tree. Like I'm telling you what you can't do. So Adam, to me, he was a little slow, just a little bit, just a little bit. So then, even serving and talk. This is where you made your first mistake, Eve. This is why I really be getting mad, cause you over here, you married girl, pipe down. You over here talking, engaging in a full conversation with this little devil, and I feel like he had like a good, like he was necking her down, and like, hey shorty, what do you know about this tree? Like, did Big OG tell you everything? Like, what did he tell you? And she was like, um, like I just can't eat from the middle of the middle of the garden, that middle tree. And like she was probably smiling and woo. And I'm just saying, if they walking around naked, that's just how I interpret it. So he was probably, and he was like, nah, shorty, that ain't true. That ain't true. You can eat from this tree. You gonna have the same knowledge I have that God have, and He just don't want you to be like this. Like, come on, shorty, you gonna have it all. This, my girl messed up. He was talking too good. He was saying all the right things. Ladies, we know how it be. We know how it be. And she took the thing back to Adam, like, Adam, eat this apple. It was so good. Eat this apple, babe. And he was like, nah, God said we can't. And this is how I feel like this is how the conversation went. Let me drink my water. I feel like some of y'all, this had a conversation with. I don't eat this apple, baby. Like it's good. Like I don't feel nothing. Like it's so good. And I'm probably like, nah, shorty. Like God, OG, he told us not to eat it. Like I don't want to be, disrespectful. Look what he did for us. And she was like, but we gonna have a better life if we eat this apple. Like, come on now, eat this apple, baby. Like, eat it. And he was like looking at her, she looking at him. They looking at each other, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna eat that. I'm gonna eat that." It did pause. This is just about thoughts. Eve had to have some bomb. Like that's why I said her body had to be tea. Not only tea, she had to have some bomb. You know what I'm talking about? Because baby, you can get a man to do anything, and she got him to do it, and he ate the apple. But this is what I feel out like. Eve allowed that lush, that temptation, that hard headedness, all that. But if you remember, God said that Eve was deceived and Adam sinned because Eve didn't get the full understanding of what the apple was going to do. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I'm looking at like Eve. But this is what calls on a break. Because this is why I get mad at Adam now. Because Eve, your woman, like, if you knew she would have ate from that, if you knew she ate from that apple, and you knew you supposed to stand 10 toes down about behind business for your OG, like, girl, are you stupid? Are you dumb? Don't bring me that apple. Don't come over here with that foolishness. Like, what? No. I would have slapped the apple out of her hand. Girl, are you crazy? Like there's Pops. How you gonna disrespect Pops? Like he made us. Like for real. That's what gets me. Cause I'm like, Adam, you could have stood on business behind Shorty. You could have stood on business about OG. Like you were supposed to make sure that sin didn't even get any further. But you wanted to, okay, baby, eat the apple. So me personally, I would have did that. I would have been like, hey, yo, God, OG, come here, bro. Come to the front. Get rid of get rid of. I got another rib. Make me another one. She don't understand. She crazy. She ate the apple. She finna die anyway. Like give like that's how I would have been like. Bro, she ate the apple. Get rid of. I got. Can we do the surgery again? Can we make another one? Can we build another wife? That's how I would have thought about it because I'm just like what came with eating the apple. So I feel like that's how we end up, and I ain't trying to go too further in it, but that's how we got Jesus because Adam was willing to die with Eve instead of die for Eve. And God wanted that unconditional love, like unconditional obedience, and Adam didn't do that. So then, not only that, this is why I say God to me is OG. Because when he came back after they ate the apple, y'all, the man, they went, they started hiding. If you don't know, you're going to read in it, in chapter 2 and 3. They went hiding. They started hiding because they was able to see everything for real. And, when he first made them, it was just a light about them, a glow about them. They were so lifeful. Like you couldn't tell them nothing because they was at peace with everything. They were walking around happy, naked, didn't even care. Now all of a sudden you done ate this apple and you care that you naked. Girl, you been doing that. It's way. And what else y'all was doing? But yeah, so you done ate this apple, now you shame. He shame. God come in the garden and call out for you. You don't even want to come. Then he call you again. First mistake, don't let my father call you twice. And then you come and say, "Oh, I was naked. I was ashamed." He asked you, "Did you eat the apple?" And you try to, straddle the fence. And he said, "Did you eat the apple?" And then y'all finally confess. This is where, because when I read the Bible, they was like, God said you will suffer, you will have pain, even down to your pregnancy. Let me just come to you right now, God, because I don't want nothing that I do ever in life. So make you do and say what you did to them. Cause baby, pregnancy is already hard by itself. You told this girl she was gonna suffer, have pain, even during her pregnancy, it was gonna be hard. Because y'all didn't listen, y'all didn't understand. Like what in your mind frame made you go like so far left? And then that's why I was like, that's why we have so much sin now because they open those doors for those sins. Like you could have this. I always think like, what would have happened if things went differently? Like in with what we living with in this generation, what would have happened? Like what could have happened? Like Eve, you started it. Like why you had to be hard headed, girl? Like why? And not even that. I think that's what they was saying. Like I know God was talking to them, and He was like, "I'll take you about this word. I made you. I'll take you right on off this word. Because why would you eat that apple?" I know He was disappointed. Why would you do that? I made you of my image. I made you, and you decided to turn your back on me and eat an apple. And if I was, this is my thinking, my interpretation. I know God would have been like, you chose to be disobedient to me for this heifer that I made her too from you. I stayed up all night taking you apart, putting Negro. And in my head again, y'all, God is black. Everybody in the Bible is black. Like everybody. But like, are you serious? Like God, I'm telling them like you would told me, like, Negro, have you lost it? You didn't love it here enough. You didn't enjoy it here enough. You had to sit here and eat the apple after it's and I'm just telling you what I think God would have said. It's 100 other trees in here that I done planted, and you could have ate from it. You decided to eat from this one. Are you dumb? And Eve, your little fast self, you couldn't leave that man alone for a minute. I don't even know if he was a man, but I'm just saying servant, snake, God, devil, whatever. He was something that he wasn't supposed to be. So in my head, he was another Negro that was trying to sliz up on Adam, and he was hating. He was hating. He knew Adam was that guy. He was hating. So you want to like that's why I'm like you gotta really read. But then when I read, I'm like she was really deceived. She was really manipulated. She was really like trusting. She was slow. Like you knew you had a little knowledge, and see this is how the servant played on it because he knew when he asked her, how much do you know about, like, what can you do, what can you not do, what can you eat, what can you not eat, like he was in tune to try to figure that out. And she was like, oh, I just know we can't eat from the middle of that tree. You know what I'm saying? So it was very real for me to watch because as any of us, we done been in that place where people deceived us, and we don't took a path or took a journey that we wasn't supposed to go because of lies and deceit and foolishness and just whatever the case may be. But I feel like our girl could have been a little bit stronger, like, and I felt like he probably went to Adam first, y'all. Adam was like, nah, bro, I'm good. I know what OG told me. I'm good. I'm cool on you. And he ain't like that response. In my head, that's why I feel like he probably peeped, Adam first and wanted to get to Adam first, and Adam wasn't fooling with it as he shouldn't. And he didn't get the response that he wanted. So he went to Eve because they never said where Adam was at the whole time Eve and the servant was talking. I just thought about that. Where was Adam? Where was he, y'all? Was he out there planting? Was he out there milking the cows? Like, where was he? I really want to know then. Like, where was you at in this whole 10-minute, 20-minute conversation? Your woman ain't around. Where was you at? You ain't go look for her. So, and that's why I was like, when she came to him, he should have slapped the apple out of his hand. Like, nah, we ain't doing that, shorty. Like, no. No, that was like, girl, you finna mess up everything. You finna mess it all up for what? For what? What are you messing it up for? But nonetheless, they had that conversation with God. And God told them, y'all gonna have a season of like suffering and pain. And you got to go. He kicked them folks out the car. You evicted. But I ain't giving you 30 days, you got to go now. Like, hey y'all. I'm telling y'all, God was a OG, like kingpin mentality. Like, you got to go. I know he was just like, pushing them out. Hey, come on, get your stuff. You know what? Come with what you came with. Nothing on. Leave with what you came with. Nothing. Go. That's just, I'm trying to interpret. It's not even funny, but I'm trying to put it in a scene. Like, y'all got to see the vision that I see. Like, this is like your mama coming in. Like, you been disrespectful. You got to go. Like, God kicking them out. Yeah, come with what you came with. Nothing. Go. And the thing about it, if you read more into it and study more into it, it's like they suffer. Ooh, they suffer so bad because you didn't listen. Not even that, they couldn't sleep that first night because they were so used to having light, and they was a light that first night it was completely darkness. They really understood like lightness from darkness, and they couldn't sleep. They couldn't sleep at all. And that's like, my God, like, it just, it hits home because think about that. Like, even me being married and my husband, I'm even, he's Adam. Like, I'm supposed to be his helpmate. That's what God created Eve for, to be a helpmate to Adam. So he can't sin, and if he sin, I want to be accountable. Like, hey, he know not what he's doing. Like, God, I come to you right now, vice versa. And that's what I felt like Adam should have done for Eve. Like, Father, I come to you right now because my wife know not what she have done. Like, I will take on the consequence for her. I will lay down my life. Is that what it means? So she can continue to live, because then she would have understood, like, baby, this is death. This is life or death. And so, not saying I'm still human, not saying that I will completely die for my husband. But, us wives and us, the husband, we would want to know that our significant other love us enough that whatever we need, they give it to us. And I feel like, for when I think of Adam and Eve, that's what I think about. God wanted to see that they love each other without judgment, trust, honor, accountability. Like, in that moment, neither one of them showed their self worthy to be what God created, because He had already made y'all pure. Y'all was already the purest things walking besides the animal. Like, y'all had y'all own animal, y'all own farm, y'all own garden, and y'all wanted to mess it up because they fully didn't grab the understanding that if I really eat this apple, I'm going to die. And I didn't even know how they don't understand it because God told them. Like, God told Adam straight up, if you eat it, you gonna suffer, you gonna die. You gonna, like, you not gonna be able to be in my presence. Like, let's take it back. Negro, if you eat this junk, I promise you gonna die. You gonna suffer worse than your Grammy probably suffer. Like, that's what I feel like God was trying to tell him. Like, what is wrong with you, bruh? And then you proceed to eat it. So I know he came in there. What you hiding for? Don't hide from me. You already did what you did. Don't hide from me. Show me your face. Show me who you were. I want you to stand to me as a man and acknowledge that you betrayed me. You allowed this heifer to get into your head instead of you be the man that I ordained you to be. Hello. Now that was a word. Like, come on now. That's just how I feel like the father was talking to him. Because why did you not obey him? I understood Eve. That's why at first when I said I wanted to fight her, like I wanted my one on one with you because at the beginning I didn't really understand. But then as I got to study and I understood it and I matured enough in the word, I was like, okay, I can see how it was easy for her to be deceived. But Adam, like, bruh, what was your excuse? What was your excuse? She was made from you. So at the end of the day, you still had that sense of control over her. To be like, nah, we not doing that. You finna mess up everything that we got. But I feel like if they only knew the plan that God had for them, oh my God, mm, they would have made a different decision. A different outcome would have took place. I feel like we probably still would have had some type of sin to this day because somebody was bound to be disobedient. But I do feel like we would have been able to understand it the same way they would have been able to understand it. Like I do feel like it's even if they would have even if Eve ate the apple, the way he could have cried out to God, like my Father who made me, I apologize for my wife do not understand what she is doing or have done. But that's why we got Jesus. Hello. Because he didn't care. He did not care whatsoever. If God told him it was going to be that point blank period, you couldn't tell him nothing different. That's why we got Jesus right now. Because Adam, to me, didn't couldn't do what he was supposed to do. You couldn't do what God told you to do. So God had to be like, boom, you out. I'm away this time. I'm gonna see. And he chose. That's a different topic for a different day. But golly, like, come on, Adam and Eve. And I don't know. Y'all tell me y'all opinions on what y'all think. How y'all interpret, but that's just how I interpret. Like, not only that, like this man made the world in 6 days. So you don't think he can take you away in 6 hours? Like, I'm still mind blown about the Adam and Eve. Like that is like not my favorite story, but to start it off with all of this that I'm doing with Ghetto Christian Need Love too, uh it just made sense to start it off there because you need to understand like why we got this type of sin here because they it was introduced and they to us. And I'm not saying we can point the fingers, but I do be pointing the fingers at them because baby, Eve, you made us hard headed. Adam, you got these men acting like they can't turn down no coochie oochie. Like, put it in, put it back in play. Put it back into how God saw fit for us to do it. Like we weren't supposed to be hard headed. We wasn't supposed to be tempted. We wasn't supposed to fall for the lust. Like we were supposed to overcome in that moment, and we failed. So I do be thinking about certain things, and when I think about it, I'm like Adam and Eve. When I look at my husband sometimes, and he be doing stuff, I'm like, you got that Adam spirit, baby. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And he had told me sometimes too, I got that Eve spirit. I'm hard headed. I am. I'll be questioning things. You see what I'm doing now? I question everything. But it was this story of Genesis, and I read it from the whole entire, but 1 to 3 was so powerful, and it showed that God was letting it be known that he ruled heaven and earth and everybody that walked it, even down to the animals, even down. And see, that's why I'm like, y'all can't get confused because remember, they always told us that the devil knew the heavenly tongue, and the devil knew, like, because the devil was an angel. So when the servant needs, the servant knew God. The servant knew God's work. You gotta catch it. So the servant knew what he was doing before he even talked to Eve. And that's when I'm like, God set it up so nice to see. Even if he didn't set it up, he knew. He knew because he said, whatever you do, do not eat the apple. Whatever happened, do not eat the apple. I don't care if this was the last fruit on earth. Do not eat it. Do not eat from this tree. He's pleading and begging y'all not to eat from this tree. So Eve, you let this devil servant sweet talk you, girl. You already, I would say sweet talk your drawers off, but you was already naked. So he sweet talked that, because he just sweet talked you, and you was able to cave in and let this mess play out. And then Adam, you should have stood on business. Like, what kind of man are you? But God, he was a whole different one. And when I tell you my props go up to Big OG, because baby, he handled it. And I'm telling you right now, I'm scared of him. Because baby, if you could ever tell me I would suffer for the rest of my life and have pain, and my pregnancy will be horrible, I would have changed right then. Baby, I would have been throwing every piece of apple that was inside of me out. And she told me, she was like, he played me. He tricked me, God. I know Eve was out there crying, like, God, he tricked me. He tricked me. I didn't know. Like, please, please. And he was like, nah, I told you. I told y'all. It is what it is. Now you finna see. Like, that's how I feel like he just responded. Because they said that he was angry. So I felt like he was just like, y'all gonna see. I'm gonna show y'all better than I can tell y'all. When I say don't do something, don't do it. Like he had to be a real OG parent. Oh, whew. Like I just read it. Like let me tell y'all. Let me just tell y'all. He told Adam, since you listened to your wife and ate from the tree, which I command you not to eat from, the grounds is cursed because you. He blamed Adam. He blamed Adam. All your life will struggle to scratch a living from. You scratching, what they say, pennies to pennies, because you didn't listen. You didn't listen. You would have to sweat and borrow to have food to eat. After I'm in a garden, a whole buffet, now I gotta sweat and borrow and plead and beg for some food. God. And this is what I said. God came out with that saying, I brought you in this world, I will take you out. Because if y'all go to Genesis 3 and 19 and go down, because we already said something about the, sweat and borrow. He said, from which you was made, for you was made from dust, and dust you will return. Oh my God. This man just told him, I brought you in this world, I will take you out. Then he looked to Eve and said, because you have been a mother to all the living. you will suffer. Like, like you will suffer. Like I will punish you. Not only that, this man went to the devil and said, I will punish you for allowing my people, for pursuing my people, for turning my people against my commandment. Y'all got to read it. I'm just sitting here looking at all this. Then let's go a little bit further, because you remember God said the pregnancy was gonna be hard. She got pregnant with Cain. Later, his brother Abel. Now that's a different story, because them brothers right there was something. But do you see, like, she's suffering, she's struggling. She done had these two boys, and they finna do something crazy and unthinkable. But God said, I already know what they finna do. Because if we move on, one of the boys cried out to God and be like, my punishment is too much for me to bear. And I'm getting punished for something my parents did. Like, I'm getting punished. Not only that, Cain killed his brother. So it was just like God was punishing. He knew he could have stopped out at God was like, no, mm. All because Adam and Eve, y'all made that one choice to be disobedient. Y'all, that's my interpretation. I'm be back with another one. I'm going deeper into this. Like, we're gonna figure out every scenario. Like, 'cause that's just what I do. Like, next time y'all gotta bring y'all own wine and y'all own crackers, and y'all sit here and y'all tell me what y'all think. But it's just Adam and Eve for right now. And baby, just know, if y'all ever want to blame somebody, blame them. Because they was crazy. And they was crazy and crazy and crazy and crazy. And if I could have, instead of being Eve now, I want to be Adam. Like, Adam, you have to see me. Like, when I get to heaven, like, I want to be like, hey family, where's Adam? Where's Eve? Come to the front. God, tell them to come to the front. But, I feel like everything happened in the Bible for a reason, and that's why we here where we at now. But again, I'm not a pastor, I'm not a minister, I'm not a bishop. This is just how I interpret the Bible, y'all. This is just me. My words, my belief, what I think. Sometimes I have to break it down for my slowness. I'm just with Adam and Eve. I'm just as slow as they is sometimes. But I had to break it down for myself. So again, y'all got it. Thank you for tuning in too. Ghetto Christians need love too, and baby, I mean that. So they can take the ghetto out of. They can take y'all trying to, I can't get it out. What it say? You might can take me out the hood, but you can't take me out the ghetto, baby. And that's how I am. You might can take me out the church, but you can't take the church out of me, because baby, ghetto and Christians, we go together real bad.